Hello everybody, Rokumoxin here, and welcome to How Does It Fare in Draft. This episode we're going to be doing Dragonite. I thought, what would be a good Pokemon to do to, think about how it does in Draft. And I thought, with the reveal of Mega Dragonite coming in Pokemon Legends EA, I figured, let's talk about Dragonite. Now when it comes down to Dragonite, for its competitive history, it has really just been a very solid Dragon Dancer, with the occasional choice band sets here or there. In Generation 5, gaining access to multi-scale, it ended up being probably one of the best Dragon Dancers because you can very safely get up a Dragon Dance, taking half damage while you're at full health, and able to really just end up running away with games. Dragonite is such a good Pokemon at being able to just run away with a game after a Dragon Dance, because it can very safely get up that Dragon Dance. Now, if we pull up Dragonite's stats here, it's a pseudo-legendary, it's got fantastic stats, and you really cannot go wrong with them. 134 attack, 100 special attack, which can actually be pretty useful on certain rain setups. If you've got yourself a rain team, you can actually run special Dragonite, which makes it actually a lot more useful on rain teams, in my opinion, because you have access to moves like Hurricane for Flying Stab, Hydro Pump in the rain does a lot of damage. You still have your Dragon Stab and Draco Meteor. You got 100% accurate Thunders in the rain. And you can always still just run Extreme Speed as just a priority move, just in case you need it. So overall, when it comes to Dragonite, you can really run it in a bunch of different ways. With both rain, you can run it on some Sun teams, because it's got access to Fire Punch, Flamethrower, Heat Wave if you want to run the special sets still. It wouldn't be as good in Sun though, but it does. Oh, actually, it does get Weather Ball. I actually did not know that. But you're not probably running special Dragonite really, so you're really only running Dragonite for the physical sets. But because of multi-scale though, and access to Roost, at least in Nat Dex anyway. I don't know too much about Paldea Dex Dragonite, because I have not really used Paldea Dex Dragonite, but I do know that, Dragonite does Dragonite things. But Roost being able to reset your multi-scale ends up being very, very good. Can kind of run a defensive Dragonite, because you got access to Haze. You do have Heal Bell, although it is kind of awkward to get Heal Bell. Defog, and while I was scrolling through this, I actually did not know that Dragonite got access to Body Press. So it's you still got your physical side, or you still got you can run a Fizz-Staff Dragonite with Body Press, and if you can get Barrier, I don't know how Dragonite gets Barrier. If it's just just a move that it gets because of Lance. But that'd be funny, running Barrier Body Press Dragonite for a physically defensive Dragonite. I think that would be absolutely hilarious. Curse can actually be pretty useful on Dragonite. Boosting up the defenses. You are lowering your speed, yes, but because you do have Extreme Speed, being a priority move, you don't have to worry about lowering your speed, and you could also still run Aqua Jet as another priority move, so you can invest a lot into bulk, not have to worry too much about your speed, and so you could have Curse, Roost, Aqua Jet, Extreme Speed for a priority set. You don't have to invest anything in the speed, so you can put more into bulk, making Dragonite be able to take hits easier, set up a little bit easier with the multi-scale. Dragonite is actually pretty flexible in the options that you do have if you want to be a little bit creative. But, you know, sometimes it's just always nice. Just get up a Dragon Dance and just go crazy. Now, when it comes to where Dragonite lands in Draft, when it comes to Dragonite in Draft, he's Dragonite. He's going to be in the upper echelons of the points. And if there's, like, high-tier Terras, don't expect Dragonite to be able to Terrestrialize. Wow. Terrestrialize. Oh my god. I cannot speak. Do not expect Dragonite to be able to Terra. Because as we know, Terra Normal Extreme Speed hurts. But even then, like, you know, you can still Terra into, like, a defensive type to be able to set up easier that way as well. Or, you know, go Terra Flying, so that you have Terra Blast as good flying stab there. So, you know, Dragonite himself has not really changed too much since Generation 5 for the most part. Inner Focus, being able to ignore Intimidate, is a nice addition. But you'll probably never end up making use of that because Multiscale is just such a good ability. But, like, you know, if there's a doubles draft and you have Dragonite, Inner Focus is always nice because Intimidate is always very highly valued in doubles. So, you know, if you're doing any double battles, Dragonite's Inner Focus can be very helpful there. Now, you know, this video was made just kind of like, you know, because trying to, like, build off of the hype of Mega Dragonite, and I figured, like, you know, since we still got some time left, because I don't want this video to be too short, because there's no Mega that I'd be talking about knowing the stats already, I figured I'd quickly give my opinions on just what I feel about Mega Dragonite. Now, design-wise, I'm not actually too mad when it comes to Mega Dragonite. There are things that, like, you know, I wish could have been different about it, but, like, you know, that happens with a bunch of different Pokemon, of, like, well, what if they did this, or, like, what if they did that, like, how we got with the Dunsparce, where people wanted, like, this majestic Dragon Dunsparce evolution, and we got more Dunsparce. And I find that hilarious. But when it comes down to Mega Dragonite, like, I'm not too mad about it. I find it hilarious as a Xenoblade fan, because it just made me think, oh, Dragonite turned into a Hyentia. So that's funny. As for, like, you know, how I feel like the stat distribution will be, it will probably get more into the attack. Maybe some more special attacks, so, like, you could still make use of special sets. Probably some more bulk. Maybe more speed. Probably going to, like, if I had to guess if they're going to put stuff in the speed, it's probably going to be, like, 101 speed. So, like, Dragonite's going to go from, like, 80 to, like, 101. And, like, they're probably, like, even out the attack stat by, like, adding 6, like, a number plus 6. Or, like, a number plus, like, whatever. I don't know. Either way, though, like, you know, I'm very happy with, like, how things have been going. I cannot wait to see more Megas from Legends ZA. Although I'll probably be sticking to some of my more favorite Megas playing through the game. I will be playing through the entirety of the game. That will be an announcement for another time, but, you know, as things stand for Dragonite, though, I've always been a big fan of Dragonite, personally. It's always been that, like, reliable, late-game cleaner, being able to get up the Dragon Dance. It does not need a lot of support when it comes down to it. It can really function on its own. And it can be played a bunch of different ways, so, you know, you never know what can be happening with a Dragonite, especially if it's on a rain team. Do not doubt Special Dragonite on Rain. I will tell you that much right now. Try it out, and, like, you know, on your own time if you want, or, like, if you got a Rain team going and you got and, like, you could fit in a Dragonite. Think about it. But either way, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you have any ideas for any Pokemon that you want to see later on in the series, leave them down below in the comments. Like this video if you liked it. And don't forget to subscribe so that you never miss out on any new videos. And I hope that you all have yourselves a fantastic day.